Hey, and welcome back to the Open News, the weekly show where we cover all things open source and technology. Today we have some good news stories for you. 2 new iPhone jailbreaks, a new mobile OS, and yet another company dropping 32-bit support for their hardware. All that right now on Linux Lounge. So for our first news story, we have 2 new iPhone jailbreaks. The first one for iOS 11.1.2. Sadly, that firmware isn't being signed anymore, so if you have an iPhone running the newest version, you're going to have to wait a bit longer because for whatever reason, Apple won't allow you to downgrade. Sadly as well, this jailbreak is semi-tethered as well, so you'll have to reconnect your iPhone to PC every time you reboot in order to maintain your jailbreak. Users without a PC are out of luck at the moment, although I almost guarantee there'll be a no PC version soon enough. If you want to know how to do this, the link will be in the description. It's also good news for older iPhone users as well, because an iOS 10.3.3 jailbreak for 32-bit devices has just been released. It's pretty much the same story as the newly released 11.1.2 jailbreak, semi-tethered, PC required, but either way, good news for all you iPhone users out there, get to freeing your phone, you guys. Well, for our next story we have this. The Mandrake Linux creator has launched a new open source mobile OS. So this one sounds absolutely brilliant. Truth be told, I don't think we have nearly enough open source mobile operating systems. So the OS is called ELO and it's based on Lineage OS, so it should mean, in theory, that it'll be quite easy to port to more devices. In addition, this ELO plans to offer alternatives to popular mobile web services such as cloud storage, email and office tools. To be honest, this sounds great and I hope it takes off. Sounds like it's going to be a difficult thing to pull off, but I reckon they'll be able to do it. They actually also do have a Kickstarter at the moment. They've got well over their goal, which is great to see. So yeah, it sounds like this will end up doing quite well. Honestly, at some point I'm going to have to do a more in-depth video on this one. Well, up next we have kind of an unfortunate news story for you. Vidia will be dropping support for 32-bit computers in future driver updates. Now, this was obviously going to happen eventually. 32-bit really is on its way out. This of course will not only be affecting Linux but Windows too. Now really, there's 2 ways Nvidia can handle this situation. They can completely drop 32-bit support and take down the downloads for their older drivers, or they can continue offering older driver versions for 32-bit PCs. Honestly, I don't think the latter would matter too much for the time being. Because of course, putting a newer GPU into a 32-bit PC would probably bottleneck the GPU anyway. And this isn't taking into account the open source drivers may continue support for 32-bit systems. Well, either way, it's just kind of sad to see 32-bit support getting dropped a little more by yet another company. Well, that's about it for this episode of Open News. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.